So yeah, how do you keep up with new music? Because personally, I'm just curious how somebody like you is able to stay in the know and keep up with new music.
Um, you want me to tell you something really crazy?
Sure.
Uh, I feel like I'm drawn to new music.
Okay.
Um, like I like obviously right. Okay, I don't know, like being in New York, whatever, listening to other DJs, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Um, that's how I know. That's how I keep up to date. Um, I just find stuff, you know, even and through meeting people, you know, um, through meeting people, I'll just hear some new stuff and be like, yo, what is that? You know, I'm never
Mm.
afraid to ask. I'm you know, if I hear something I like, I'll research the dude, see what other stuff he has out there, you know. Um, especially in this time, um, I don't think I look for new as I don't think I look for new music as much as I just want to play new sounding stuff. So I'm always just I'll play something that I haven't heard and like I haven't heard and it sounds good to me. I don't know if it's new, I just play it. You understand? Especially now. I just work off of vibes. Like, you know?
Yeah, that's super
Like
nifty.
like I'm a real I work off a lot of energy and vibes. Like even when I play music, I'm not a especially on Twitch, especially on Twitch. I rarely build sets. Understand?
Yeah. So you just
I
kind of
just
freestyle your choices.
exactly. And whatever I just feel like, I'll play. I'm a very I play to my mood.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that sounds
Which
smart.
is not which is not always a good thing because sometimes I feel aggressive, right? And that might scare away people. I don't know. But I play to my mood mostly.
So you're not really worried about what the crowd wants to hear. You're just gonna play what DJ Bobby Payne wants to play, and then the crowd will come.
I've never I am a type of person that wants to dictate what the crowd wants to hear.
Hmm. Okay, I like that.
But as well, but I would definitely give some sprinkle some crowd pleasers. You get me?
Yeah. I mean, it makes
But
sense.
I'm definitely that person that's not gonna take a request. You understand?
Yeah,
I'm not DJ. I'm not DJ that's like no, I don't take requests.
I
You know?
respect that. Request is a weird game to
Maybe
play
it's a
for me.
bad thing.
I don't know about that.
Ah,
We got a question though, just from DJ Magnanimous. Are you part of any record pools?
yes I am.
Okay, and what's a
Yeah,
record
I am.
pool? Because I don't know
Um
what the fuck that is.
record pool is you pay monthly for records for tracks that come out and they'll give you edits, different edits. As a DJ, I think you should have edited music
Like
because
without the cuss words?
you don't know who you're gonna play for. And yeah, exactly. Right. I always tell people that should always an artist should always have edited stuff because like for instance, I play on a radio in Miami and I can't play half of the stuff that I want to play and to promote Montreal. Understand?
Yes, I do. That's a big one. Hold on. Can you? Okay, break that down more, just in case other people don't understand. This is what you're saying is
Okay,
really
I
important.
always I always advise uh, artists to make a clean edit of their track, because on certain radio you can't play it, right? You won't be able to play it. And there's DJs out there that actually want to push that music, but they can't. You know, I'm on an internet radio, and they're a licensed radio company, so I can't play uh dirty dirty tracks. It has to be all edited.
Okay. I never thought about that. Like that was
Yeah,
never in the consideration
yeah.
of me as an artist even. I haven't well, I didn't even
So as
realize DJs were out there until Twitch. Like Twitch kind of showed me that like Montreal has like a fuck ton of DJs. I know it sounds like for you it must sound very bizarre, but I mean, I just never went to clubs a lot. I'm not really that guy. So and I don't listen to a lot of
okay.
radio. So it was like I'm on YouTube.
But you're a rapper. But you rap, right?
Yeah, and I've met like
Yeah,
a
you have.
few.
Yeah, what am I saying? You rap. I know
Okay,
you.
but like I
I know you rap.
rap,
I know you.
but like in the tier where like Mans is like got like there's a few DJs, but not like the party scene. Like I never really knew it existed. I just knew like a couple of guys who you could get to come to your show and they would just play people's tracks and they would stand in the back with their boards. And I even met like Shashu and a couple other people through hip hop karaoke. And so like I mean I'm cognizant DJs exist, but like I'm not cognizant DJs is out there being DJs. Like it's not really a thing I ever considered or thought about. I was never tracking it. So as a rapper, I cared about beat makers. I cared about YouTube. I cared about like SoundCloud. But you know what? I never thought about DJs back then. The only time I ever really noticed it was DJ Blaster on the radio because he let me come on for an interview one time and I made a fool of myself. Big mistake. I learned a big lesson there. But like, end of the day, like I just didn't know about any of it. I'm talking from 2012 until Twitch. I wasn't even really aware. Like I even met people. Like I worked with some of them, but like they would go to parties and I don't know. I'm just probably not like the guy who goes to parties enough to like realize that like because we're gonna go back to your event company that there's people like y'all that were doing it. Like I learned what Mook Life was on this interview series. I didn't even know what the fuck Mook Life was. There was a whole thing here that everyone cared about, and I didn't know it existed until 2021, even though the stickers were there and shit. So what I know is a whole lot of rappers also don't know a whole lot of things, which is a serious thing. When we think about the fact that if we were
No,
like
for sure.
making more effort to like reach out to DJs and shit, I've honestly just been like, bro, no DJ's ever gonna play my shit. Even like in my head, I'm like, I don't know if I have a song a DJ would play.
You
I,
don't know. You don't know. You know why? Because there's so much different settings for a DJ to play music.
okay,
You understand what I'm saying? There's so much.
yeah,
There's so much. It's not only the club. You're not only DJing in the club. You know, we're DJing at private parties, private events. Just people just want to chill and hear some music. You know what I'm saying?
but like, I mean, I know it
So
now,
it's
but like, you
not.
don't think about it like that when you're like not aware that this is happening. You have to like almost become,
No,
um,
for sure, for sure. It's like artists who send me YouTube links when they want me to play their music. And I'm like, how am I supposed to play this?
yeah, that's
Like,
a,
why don't you send me the MP3, you know, or the WAV file? I don't understand. I don't get it.
but that's the
You know,
thing.
it baffles. Like, I just,
But it's like there's this whole like communication error that happens. We're just not used to this because you know how I send my music to a radio or something like that. I'll give them the link to whatever, and then they're gonna go figure it out because
yeah,
they have whatever. I don't know. I've never, I've never seriously needed, honestly, up like okay, I when working with live events, you have your USB with your like files
yeah,
and shit. But the second you're on like the internet dealing
yeah,
with internet shit, it's always just been like, yo, I send you my Spotify, I send you my YouTube, and that's what people want to click on to check me out. But I've also not really sent a lot of my files to people because like outside of like fucking like Willie Scandals with his like kicking it live show, it was like, yo, where am I sending my
Yo,
shit?
big up Willie Scandals, by the way. Big up
Yo,
Willie
he's been here
Scandals,
the
man.
whole
Big up
time.
this guy.
He But yeah, so like for him, and he's like, fuck your YouTube link. I'm like, bro, just steal my music off of YouTube. He's like, fuck your YouTube link. Send me my shit. And I'm like, fuck, I'll steal my own music off of YouTube. Because like I don't have all the files. I'm so grateful DistroKid
but you want to
lets me download that shit.
You know what you want to do? You want to make it as easy as possible, right? So nobody has, and you know what's worse too, which I don't understand. How come artists don't like tag their music? Like, do you know how much track ones I have?
Okay, that one I do. I put Holden Stephan Roy name of file for everything because like shit. I know what you mean. we got a bunch of beats. We got a bunch of beats in, and like a lot of beat makers will name their beat the date of the beat. So my man's collected them all. He's DJing my Crossroads Cypher, and he's like, bro, I couldn't tell you who did 07, 09, 14. I'm like, fair enough. I don't know.
Exactly. And you just have to make it easy for the DJ. Like,
yo, Lemef said,
if you want to, that.
Lemef said you should drop a track one mixtape. Take all of your track ones and put them on a mix. Do like a mix.
It's crazy. Crazy.
It's hilarious. Yo, this is helpful, DJ Bobby Payne. This is the type of shit that everybody listening to. Yo,
I'm shocked you've never heard this before.
I don't talk to a lot of DJs. I talk to you, Bashment Booth, Don Smooth, and Preach.